Hi guys, my name's Lauren. I'm 19 years old and I was asked to do a couple videos on my journey and my story. And the first of the videos is on depression, which I have dealt with depression since I was about 8 years old. I'm sorry. I apologize in advance for the glare because I can see the camera reflecting in my glasses. And I don't know how to control that, so I'm sorry about that if that bothers anybody. Anyway, I've battled depression since I was 8 years old, and my depression is actually genetic, so there's really nothing I can do about it. I have it, it's there, it's gonna be there. I have to learn to cope with it and learn how to deal with it and learn how to handle it. There are a lot of people whose depression is more situational. And yes, situations do, bring about my depression. But some people get this depression where they can just let it hit and then let it go. I cannot do that. I can let the moments hit, but the depression will never leave. It's in my head. But I remember nights where I would just sit in my room and cry for hours at a time, and it was a good 5 days a week since I was 8 that I was doing this. I was just crying. I wasn't happy. I hated everything. I never hated people. Never hated people. I'm a very, very much a people person. I hated myself, and I hated life in general. I remember crying over practically nothing. It was more so my thought process and my thinking patterns. They were not stable. They weren't safe. It was a lot of, well, if I didn't do this, I wouldn't be here. If I didn't bring up this topic that hurt me, I wouldn't be fighting with my best friend right now. I was always able to pin it back to me, and that was one of the biggest sources of my depression. I never gave myself credit for the good things that I did. It was all about how I'm wrong, how I'm messing up, how I'm the screw up. It's never anyone else, it's my fault. And I wouldn't listen when people tried to tell me otherwise. I would ask them to tell me otherwise, make me feel better, but I wouldn't listen to them trying to make me feel better. My mindset wasn't able to do that. And that's hard. It's a very hard thing to deal with when all you want to do is hate. All you want to do is cry. It's overpowering. You don't know what to do, so you just sleep and you cry. And that's all I did. I lied in my bed. I went to school because I had to go to school. But I went to work because I had to go to work. But I was never happy. I put on a smile. That's it. No one saw behind the smile, which I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not, but no one ever questioned it. And that kind of worries me about society today. I notice it in other people, but no one ever saw it in me. And I don't know why that is. This past New Year's, everything changed for me, and I put in the effort to fight through my depression, to beat my depression. And how I did it, which I hope is how you guys can do it too, or at least learn something from it, is one, I had my therapist. She's always been there for me. I figured out who my friends are. And in doing that, I got rid of some people who I considered a best friend, but who only hurt me. If you have a friend who's doing more harm than good in your life, you need to get rid of them. And it's going to hurt and it's going to suck. I hope I'm allowed to say that. I don't know. But you have to do it. Letting go of that friend opened up so many doors for me. And when I did that on my own, I found a power and a strength that I did not know I had. And that power and that strength is what got me to where I am right now, which is happy. And it's strange because I've never been a real happy before, but I am. And it's a really good feeling. And in order to get there, you've got to make some sacrifices, which I did. But I also learned how to change my thought process, which I did that by when I would think negatively. Like, if I was like, oh, I'm so tired, I'm so irritated, I would stop and flip it and think, I'm grateful that I have so much work, that I'm tired. I'm grateful that I have all these friends who care about me so much that it irritates me. I have that situation where I don't like when people care too much, and then I get irritated with them. They don't like that too much, but that's okay. I set goals, and the biggest thing that I learned to do is let myself feel my emotions, because I never did that. I would suppress them. I would do things to get rid of them, which only enhanced my depression and made everything worse. If you let yourself feel the moments and the down moments and the crying, if you let it come out, you're getting rid of it. You're expelling it. I will be honest, sometimes you do need more help. Sometimes people need therapy. They need medication, and that's completely fine. But it's possible to get better. It is 100% possible no matter how deep into your depression you are. I'm only 19 and I've been battling it since I was 8 years old. I also don't remember anything before the age of 8. So as far back as I can remember, I've been depressed. So for me, getting rid of the depression was literally starting over. I had nothing to fall back on. I was very scared. But getting rid of your depression opens up so many other doors. You learn about yourself, and you learn how to manage yourself and how to control yourself. So that's my little depression story, and I hope it helps some of you, and I hope you guys will learn to get better and will get yourself some help, even if it's just from a friend, because they can do wonders for you, and you deserve to get better. So, bye.